Think of your very first childhood memory right now. Is it a vivid image of a birthday party or a sunny day at the park? What if I told you that memory might be a total fabrication created by your mind? Our brains are not perfect archives of our lives. They are actually master storytellers that often prefer a good narrative over the truth. Today, we are diving deep into the glitchy world of false memories. Get ready to question everything you think you remember.
Welcome to a journey through the labyrinth of the human mind. In this video, we will explore why our brains lie to us and how memory works. You will learn about the science of reconstruction and why your past is more flexible than you think. We will uncover the mechanisms that allow external influences to rewrite your history. By the end, you will understand the fragile nature of your own identity. Let's unlock the secrets of the deceptive brain together.
Most people believe their memory works like a high-definition video camera. You think you press record and play back the footage exactly as it happened. However, cognitive psychology tells us a much different and more startling story. Memory is not a recording. It is a complex process of reconstruction. Every time you recall an event, your brain reassembles it from scratch. This means every recall is an opportunity for a mistake. Your past is literally being rebuilt every time you think about it. When the brain reconstructs a memory, it fills in the gaps with logic. If you can't remember what color shirt you wore, your brain might just guess. It uses your general knowledge of the world to create a plausible detail. Over time, these guesses become integrated into the truth of the memory. You can no longer distinguish between what happened and what was filled in. This is the foundation of how a lie starts in the mind. It's an efficient system, but it is far from being accurate. Have you heard of the Mandela Effect? It's when a large group of people remembers something differently than it occurred. Millions of people remember a character having a monocle or a specific spelling of a brand. Yet the physical evidence shows those details never actually existed in reality. This phenomenon demonstrates how social influence can synchronize false memories across a population. It's a collective glitch that reveals how suggestible our human brains really are. Even shared history can be a beautifully constructed illusion. One of the most powerful ways memories change is through suggestibility. If someone asks you a leading question, your brain might alter the memory to fit. For example, asking, "How fast was the car going when it smashed?" creates a different memory than "hit." Words have the power to plant seeds of misinformation in our minds. Once that seed is planted, the brain treats it as an original part of the event. This is why eyewitness testimony can be so notoriously unreliable in courtrooms. Our minds are easily swayed by the subtle influence of others. Dr. Elizabeth Loftus is a pioneer in the field of false memory research. She famously conducted experiments where she planted entirely fake childhood memories in participants. By using simple suggestions, she convinced people they had once been lost in a mall. They didn't just agree, they began to provide rich descriptive details of the event. They remembered the color of the shirt of the person who found them. This proved that we can fully believe in experiences that never occurred. Our conviction is no guarantee of a memory's truthfulness. Then there is a phenomenon known as imagination inflation. Simply imagining an event can increase your confidence that it actually happened to you. The more vividly you picture a scenario, the more real it starts to feel. Your brain struggles to distinguish between the visual of an imagination and a memory. After a while, the imagined scene acquires the same mental tags as a real one. This is how we accidentally steal stories from movies or friends' lives. We imagine ourselves in the story until we believe we were there. You might think that strong emotions make memories more accurate and permanent. In reality, highly emotional flashbulb memories are just as prone to error as any other. While we feel more certain about these memories, studies show they fade and distort. The intensity of the feeling creates an illusion of accuracy that isn't supported by facts. We remember how we felt, but the details of the who, what, and where shift. Our emotions act as a highlighter that sometimes blurs the very lines it marks. Feeling it doesn't always make it true. The misinformation effect occurs when post-event information interferes with the original memory. Imagine you see a robbery, and later you read a news report with a wrong detail. Your brain often overwrites your direct observation with the information from the report. It integrates the new data into the old file to keep things consistent. This update process is silent and happens without your conscious awareness. It's like a computer program patching its code but losing the original version. Your memory is constantly being edited by the world around you. Biologically, two main parts of the brain are at play here, the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. The hippocampus is responsible for storing the raw data of our daily experiences. The prefrontal cortex acts like an editor, organizing and interpreting that data. Sometimes the editor gets creative and organizes the data in a way that makes more sense. If the raw data is missing, the editor pulls from other files to fill the gap. This neurological teamwork is essential for learning, but disastrous for perfect recall. It is a biological trade-off between speed and total accuracy. Sleep plays a massive role in how our memories are consolidated and potentially distorted. During deep sleep, the brain moves memories from short-term to long-term storage. However, if this process is interrupted, the file transfer can become corrupted. Lack of sleep makes the brain even more susceptible to creating false memories the next day. It struggles to distinguish between what it saw and what it merely thought about. A tired brain is a brain that is much more likely to lie to you. Rest is the best defense against a self-deceiving mind. Social influence is perhaps the most common way our memories get a facelift. We often talk about our past with friends and family members who were there. If they remember a detail differently, we are likely to adopt their version of events. This is called memory social contagion, where one person's recall infects another's. We want to belong and be in sync with our social group's narrative. Eventually, the group memory becomes the only memory that anyone actually possesses. We trade our individual truth for a shared, albeit incorrect, social story. Another common glitch is called source monitoring error. This is when you remember a fact correctly, but forget where you learned it. You might think you experienced something that you actually just saw in a movie. Or you might think a friend told you a story that you actually read in a book. This confusion leads you to believe you have a first-hand memory of a second-hand event. It's one of the most frequent ways we accidentally build a false personal history. Our brains are great at remembering the what, but terrible at the where. Why would evolution allow our brains to be so unreliable and prone to lying? The answer lies in efficiency and the ability to plan for the future. The same system that lets us reconstruct the past lets us construct the future. By being flexible with details, the brain can simulate many different possible scenarios. If our memories were rigid and unchangeable, our imaginations would be limited. The brain prioritizes survival and future planning over maintaining a perfect historical record. We are built to adapt, not to be perfect historians of our own lives. In the real world, the implications of false memories can be life-altering. In the legal system, innocent people have been jailed based on confident but wrong eyewitnesses. In therapy, people have recovered memories of trauma that never actually occurred. Understanding the fallibility of memory is crucial for a fair and just society. We must learn to rely on physical evidence more than personal conviction. Your brain's confidence is a feeling, not a measure of factual accuracy. Being aware of this limitation is the first step toward finding the real truth. So, how can you protect yourself from your own brain's deceptive tendencies? Start by keeping a journal to record important events as they happen in real time. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on how your mind works. When you find yourself in a disagreement about the past, stay open to the possibility you're wrong. Recognize that your most vivid memories are still subject to the laws of reconstruction. Question your certainties and look for external evidence whenever possible. Your memory is a tool for living, not a perfect record of the lived. Our minds are beautiful, complex, and incredibly flawed. Embracing the fact that your brain lies to you is actually a form of self-awareness. It allows you to live more fully in the present, rather than being trapped by a distorted past. You are more than just a collection of memories. You are the person experiencing life right now. The past may be a story we tell ourselves, but the present is where the real truth lives. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the deceptive brain. Stay curious, stay questioning, and keep exploring the wonders of your own mind.